Morning, everybody. Welcome. It's Wednesday morning. Welcome to the Human Empowerment Experience Kettlebell Training with RKC certified kettlebell trainer David Hills. Let's give him a round of applause. Woo! All right.
This is my lovely assistant, Coach Kendra.
That's me with my water. Don't forget to drink a lot of water. You should be drinking water all day. That should be your main focus in terms of what you're taking in for liquids in your body. We drink alkaline water.
Kangen
alkaline water. So if you would like some more information about that, please put a comment in the chat and we can send you some information. But anywho, we're here this morning full of energy. Well, kind of. It's 6 a.m. What can you expect, right? But it is, we're halfway through the week, but I just wanted to touch on something this morning because I've been feeling this way. The past couple of weeks, I've been a little quiet inside, and I've been trying to, instead of letting things happen or allowing things to come to me, I've been trying to fight for them and grab and thinking I have to do all kinds of stuff instead of just, taking a step back. And it's been a difficult past 2 weeks for me. I'm distracted. I'm trying to, in terms of my work goes. But something came to me. I was speaking to my daughter last night on the phone, and she has a friend that sends her some information about the way the cosmic stuff is working. And she said this week and next week are 2 weeks that are just kind of quiet and are a little dark. And so what I'm saying is it's okay. We're all going to be okay. It's okay. If you're feeling quiet or feeling like you don't have a lot of motivation, take some time and reflect on that. Take some time and rest. Take some time and take care of yourself. Have an extra bath or go get your nails done or whatever it is that makes you happy. Have a massage. Speaking of that, my massage therapist here. But it's really time to take care of yourself when you're in that mode. It's don't beat yourself up. Don't get down on yourself. We all go through it. A lot of us are going through it right now during this period of time, and it's okay. We'll bounce back, but try not to fight for things that just aren't coming. Allow the things that are supposed to come to you. Open your heart, open your mind, send out love and positivity. Love on yourself and the people that you're with. Animals, I did a post on animals. Oh my gosh, if you have a dog or a cat or horse or whatever you have, they're the greatest sources of love because they don't expect anything from anybody. They just give love. So if you take a look at my post, it's actually a really kind of an interesting one because it talks about the difference between how animals are just loyal and compassionate, and not all humans are like that. But
my dog can be a bit of a traitor sometimes.
I have a new dog. It's his. Bugaboo and I. Well, she stays with me all day.
Not unconditional love.
She stays with me all day now when he's working. So I work at home, so she's with me all day long. So we've created a nice bond. And but I'm telling you, as soon as David gets home, she is all over him. He's still number one in her eyes. So nothing to worry about there. But anyway, we're going to get started with a great workout, and it's all about also keeping your body strong, because if you keep your body strong, then your mind's going to be strong, your heart's going to be strong, your whole self, when we come into times that are uncertain, scary, maddening, frightening, all that stuff, then you'll be strong on the outside and the inside, and that's what this is all about. So let's get started with a little bit of a warm-up this morning. Happy to have, let me just see who's here. I love to see who's here. Christmas to gift to see who's here. We have Daniel, Flores, Jackie. Good morning, Jackie. Jackie hadn't joined us in a couple of mornings, so she was missing us. Good morning, Jackie. Jackie, you made it. She said, I made it. Yes, I'm so happy. This is going to be a great day. And for all those on Instagram, thank you for following us. All right, everybody. Well, Jackie, then put your coffee down and let's get up. So glad to have you here.
All right, let's bounce.
Now, on this bounce, the key to this is just letting go, just what I talked about. Let your shoulders go, drop them down, let the stress go. Breathe, make sure you're breathing in all the way down to your abdominals. This is another favorite of mine. It's like wicking water off your hands. You just drop your shoulders down, and it relieves a lot of tension. Maybe you're a little stiff from sleeping, or you need to get a new mattress. You know, if you haven't invested in a really good mattress, then that's one of the keys to successful sleep and rest and feeling better in the morning is investing in a good mattress. I did a few years ago, and it makes such a difference. Heart openers, open your heart up. We're going to have a great day today. Be grateful for every single thing in your life, the small, the big, and a few neck rolls to get the neck warmed up. Just be careful here. You don't want to torque anything. We're just warming up, just getting the body moving for this Wednesday morning. So if anybody wants to know, I have plenty of toilet paper because I usually order stuff on Amazon, and so I order toilet paper and paper towel in bulk, and so I ordered the toilet paper. It came in a few days ago, and then I got another delivery of what was supposed to be paper towels, and I realized that I ordered more toilet paper. So we have
We're stocked up for the shortage to come.
Yeah, 2 cases of toilet paper in case. Hey, you know, we might be able to sell those at a premium coming up. There's always reasons why things happen. Anyway, it was kind of comical. I opened it up. Just doing a little bit of a body twist here, slapping the body as we come around. It's called tapping. It's a qigong exercise, actually. And it's great for the skin. It's great for the cells of your body, just to kind of warm everything up. And we are going to make our day a fantastic one. We don't just let life happen. We make it the way we want. We start out with a good morning routine. Working coffee. Coffee. Oh yeah, well that's first. You know, I made dark coffee this morning, and I noticed that I was a little more zippy with the dark coffee. I don't put anything in my coffee. It's just coffee. No cream, no sugar, nothing. And I just zipped up. I don't know if you know about coffee, whether dark roast and medium roast are different with the caffeine, let me know. Oh. I'll be napping at 1 today. At noontime, I'll be wanting to take a nap. All right.
Okay, sit back into your hips. Grab the bell, 2 hands. See the shoulders, bring it up. 1.
I'll wait until you know this.
2. Think with your hips.
Suck your core in, tuck your tummy in, seat your shoulders. You're using the power of your hips and your core, as well as your glutes.
10. Now, bring that kettlebell up to the rack position. Now, instead of just going back with the hips, this time we're going back and down. So your elbow touches your knee. And back up. 1, 2. Tight core. 3, 4, 5. Change hands. Bring it on down. Grab it by the horns. Up in front of your face. Halos all the way around.
Now, one of the tricks that David gave me last week when we were doing halos is that your arms should go right by your ear. And that gives you a little bit more range of motion.
Other way.
Core has to be tight. Feet have to be grounded to do this. This looks easy, but it's really not. One of the things I love about kettlebell is it really has worked my glutes. They're a different shape than they used to be, but I really like the shape. So
Yep.
it does change your body.
It does. It transforms a lot of things.
Yeah, so for ladies, if you're looking to boost up your glutes and, you know, this is it. This is the workout to do.
Nice.
All right.
Okay. Bring the kettlebell in front of you, 2 hands.
Okay.
Pop it up so that you're holding it by the handle with 2 hands. Put your heels together, feet out at 45 degrees. Sink down. And then step forward with 1 foot and just place the heel. So all the weight's on the back leg. Good. Now, from here, you're going to fold at the hip. 1. All the weight on 1 leg. 2. 3. Think with the hip. 5. Heels together. Other leg out. 1.
Really good stretch.
2.
And this helps you practice getting that hip. Using your hips instead of rounding your back. Or...
Change feet. Now, this one, you're going to keep the foot in contact. Ultimately, you're going to do this with the foot in the air. What you're going to...
I'm going to change, hold on, the camera, they can't see you on, and mine, you can just barely see you. Hold on just a second, folks. Okay.
So, 1 foot just barely touching. If you like, well, this one, just like this. Now, this time you're going to bend the back leg. 1. You can keep the leg slightly off the ground if you want. 2. 3.
So my right leg, I'm just bending. It's a pistol.
This is a pistol prep.
Okay.
1.
And the key is to keep your back straight.
2.
So you may not go all the way down like David's doing.
Well, I'm not going all the way down. I'm just bending
no,
this
but
a
I
little
mean,
bit.
what I'm saying is they might not even be able to go down as far as you. I can't.
And bring the kettlebell down. Sit.
But that's okay. At least it's more of the motion that you want to get to first.
The pistol is a very difficult exercise. And there are multiple things that we can do to prepare for. Those 2 among them.
I've never done it with my foot at a 45-degree angle. It's always been straight.
Okay.
Which was interesting for me because normally I have my foot straight like this and then go down. But
yeah, absolutely. Okay. Grab the kettlebell. We're going to swing it up to the rack position.
Okay.
All right. 5 swings to the rack. Straight ahead on this plane in front of us here. Right on the midline. 1.
2. 3. 4, 5,
Change hands.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Change hands. Going to the outside, around, and up. 1,
This one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change hands. Now, it's important to let your arm go all the way straight. If your arm is bent, then you're holding it back. You want to let your arm go straight so that you can use the momentum to do the exercise. 1,
That makes a big difference.
2, 3, 4,
But I could do it with the big one.
5. Change hands. Now, instead of going to the outside, we're going to the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change hands.
The other thing that I was doing incorrectly was I wasn't using my body.
Right.
I was just using my arm.
1, 2,
Because really you're using
3,
your core.
4, 5. Set it down. Yeah, that's true. Anytime you extend the exercise out to your arms, it's going to be very, very difficult to get it done. Has to come from here, here, and here. Okay. Sit back into your hips, grab the bell. Bring it to the rack position. Sit back into your hips, press it overhead. 1, 2, 3. Now try not to go down, try and go back. No, don't go down. Go back. And
Right here for a second. Okay, so can you
just
watch
a
me
small kick to back of the hips.
like this?
Yeah, that's even too much.
Okay.
Don't do the last part, which this was great, and then you went down. Don't go down. Just go back and then forward.
I can't do it that way.
Oh, it takes practice. Change to the other side.
I need the power of my legs.
It has to be a snap. Here we go. 1,
Yeah, that's totally different.
2,
It's not good.
3.
Because I was using my legs before. That's not what you're supposed to do.
Bring it in. Set it down. So
I thought you use the power of our legs and our core to get it up.
you use the power of your core at the hip.
Okay.
So you've got two kinds of muscle, white meat and dark meat. Long fiber, short fiber. Mover, stabilizer. The short fibers, dark meat, the stabilizer muscles, they have much more endurance and explosive power than the long fiber muscles. The long fiber muscles, like the thighs, the long muscles, those muscles have much more distance that they travel when they move. They have a great deal more strength, but not nearly as much endurance. So they're great for things like sprinting. not great for things like holding on and maintaining strength. Once you identify the difference, not just in how they function, but how it feels to use them, you'll change the way you do your workout. This is a perfect example. It's totally possible to use your legs to swing and to press and to do all of those things. It's totally possible. And if you want an intense workout where you fatigue the whole body, do it. If you're looking to increase your work capacity, do it the other way. Do it with the short muscle fibers. Do it with the hips.
Hips and the glutes.
Well, yeah, the glutes, the
Yeah.
hip is where the bone from the leg meets the pelvis. That joint is the hip joint. It functions by the movements primarily of the glutes on one side and psoas and iliacus on the other. So it's funny, a lot of growing up, people would be like, they'd use the terms waist and hip and core without an actual definition of what they were talking about. They would just think this general area from here to here around is my waist hip area. But no, the hip is a joint where two bones come together. The femur meets the pelvis, right? That's what we're talking about. And the muscles that act on that joint, those are key. Okay.
Thank you. That's very good information.
It is. It's one of those things where people are like, well, yeah, it's just this area. But there is a detailed explanation to it. It's just that most of us we just don't have a need to know.
Right.
Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to put it all together.
Okay.
We're going to do swing to the rack, press overhead.
Okay.
All right, here we go. We're doing good. One. Two. Change hands. Now, some of you might have just tried that and thought, wow, that feels weird, awkward, and wrong. Yes. If you've been doing something one way and you change the way you're doing it, it's going to feel weird, awkward, and wrong. That means you're learning something. Congratulations. Here we go. Swing. Hip. Overhead. Same motion. Pull it in, set it down. One more point of form I want to talk about. If I use the power of my hip to press that overhead, I must fire with my hip and get it moving. Then and only then do I push a little bit with my arm to continue the motion. If you try to use your arm before you have set the kettlebell in motion with your hips, you're going to make the exercise more difficult by using your hips instead of easier. It doesn't just negate it. It doesn't just negate the power of the hips. It actually makes it harder to do. Because I'm now fighting my arm against my hips rather than putting them together. Or rather than doing them in sequence, in proper sequence. It's like a two-stage rocket. The first stage is the hip. Once that fires and gets the rocket in motion, then you add the power of the second stage. If you add the power of the second stage before you fire before it moves, you're actually accelerating it in one direction and then trying to push against that acceleration. It's just not going to happen. You're going to wear the arm out right away. So
I think that's what I did.
Well, we all do it.
I think that's what I did because my arm got tired quicker doing it that way than it did the other way.
Right, because the other way you were like, okay, it's in motion, and then you were. This is just boom. Yeah. It has to be boom, boom. 1, 2. Let's do another set. Here we go.
See how I'm doing that? I don't really get it.
2, 3, 4. The arm is just an afterthought. Change hands. 1, 2, 3,
Better this side.
4, 5. Pull it in. Set it down. This takes time.
Why? That's hard.
This is a lot of people learn something and file that away and say, oh, I've learned that. You know, Muhammad Ali was asked after winning the heavyweight championship 3 times. After the 3rd time on an interview, he said, I really feel like I'm starting to understand the jab. If Muhammad Ali doesn't understand the jab until he's won the heavyweight championship of the world 3 times, perhaps he's talking about something different than you and I. Think about it. It takes study of your body and years of practice to fully be aware of what's happening during these kinesiological events. And feeling each joint and how it loads up, feeling how the connective tissue springs and assists you, figuring out the neurology of the firing patterns of the muscles takes time. But it takes you consciously doing it correct before your body's going to unconsciously do it correct. Okay, let's do one more set. This time we're going to do snatch, all the way overhead. This one, you should really feel the fire of the hip. Pulling back with the arm, keep your elbow into your body, will launch the kettlebell over your head. Not lift it up. It will launch it. And then you have to catch it at the top. If you do this properly, you won't be using your arm for the lift at all. Okay, here we go. Sit back into the hips, grab the belt, seat the shoulder, and lift. Now, fire the hips. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Elbow in tight. 4. Right up the midline. 2 more. Change hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more. Here it goes. Snap. Pull it in. Set it down.
Interesting.
Yeah.
was funny because when you were talking.
Tanya,
Hello, good morning.
Trevor Hebert.
When you were talking a few minutes ago, Bugaboo was sitting down here on the couch, and David's talking to Bugaboo's like this. So cute. Is that it for today?
That is it for today.
Wow,
We
that
are.
was quick.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a good lesson one today.
Well, some of these things,
Um,
if you've been paying attention and doing some kettlebell with us, you've probably got some of these points of detail that need adjusting.
yeah, I definitely.
It only will happen through awareness. That's the key. Awareness is the key to everything,
Yeah.
particularly when it comes to the body, integrating your mind and body properly.
And what I'm grateful for is the fact that I have David here who can see what I'm doing, and so he can point out those things. If you are wondering if your form is up to par and you're doing it correctly, here's what you can do. Video yourself doing a few of those moves, send it to David. He's on Facebook. You obviously have him on Facebook if you're watching, and he will take a look at it and tell you where you need to adjust. Or you can request a free live session with David as well. So if you want to actually do a workout and him watch you do, some moves, he will do that on Zoom to get you started and let you know where you need to work. And
Trevor, if you're still watching, any of you MMA fighters, I've done some MMA, and kettlebell is the key to strength without gaining size. And there are some very specific kettlebell exercises that lend themselves to MMA and fight sports. So let me know.
So glad you joined us this morning. So happy to be here. We will be here tomorrow morning, bright and early, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So don't forget to join us. Sending all of you love, joy, peace, happiness, and of course, abundance, and some special healing energies for our country, for anyone who is suffering today, in the hopes that you may find some peace. Take care of yourself. Really, today, you only have today. You only have this moment that you're in right now. We only have this moment. So stay present in your day. Stay present with yourself. Never mind what's going on the outside. Everything is going to be okay. Love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye, everybody. Take care.